Hey, what's up, rock stars? It's Rox coming to you today with a review for Love and Marriage Huntsville, Season 4, Episode 13. So let's get to it, shall we? All right, you guys. So the guys, when I say we are still in Atlanta, and we are still celebrating Inez wines. As a matter of fact, Martell has his big wine tasting event tonight, okay? At the $10 million mansion that he's rented out for this special occasion. While he's there, he has on his King Jaffer outfit. I said, come on, Martell, you better do it with that damn tiger coming across your damn shoulder. Melnika is there, of course. She's pumping him up like, you did this, okay? You put all this together. All right, and Martell is feeling pretty good about the night. I guess he told everybody all the women to wear red, because it looked like, most of the women had on red. Anyway, when it comes time for Martell to, give a speech, he was just like, I just would like for all of my fellas, Chris, come on up here. And Lewis, Big Lou, everybody come on up here. So Marceau and Maurice and Lewis and Chris Fletcher, who's also there, they go up there, and Martell gives a rousing speech about how, it's all about having your own shit. People got their shit, and he gonna have his shit too, so everybody just need to, this is about ownership, owning your shit, ownership, And there's a man that is in the audience who is not smiling, who is not laughing. He's a couple of inches taller than most of the people there, so he's standing out like a fucking sore thumb. That nigga looked like he would have jumped on Martell. I said, now who is this man? Y'all sure y'all know who that is? Okay, the camera keep on panning to him. He doesn't look pleased. Now, Martell was a little tipsy from the wine. He was just like, because the Inez wine is 13%. So this is a strong wine. And, we all know that Martell doesn't really drink too much because he can't really handle his liquor like that, get to acting a fool and everything. So all that together is why old boy is pissed. That damn Martell was up there about to start crying and everything. I said, yeah, you've had too much to drink. Anyway, he gets through the speech, we cheers to ownership, being your own damn boss, and all of that. We ain't said nothing about old sister Inez and why her name is on this wine. We just talked about owning shit and bossing up and all. So, child, afterwards, Melnika was like, we done crossed the finish line. We here now. She's pumping him up. Like I said, Martell is feeling good about the night, okay? Inside, the old boy that was mad, who was salty, that was Uncle Sam, all right? And Uncle Sam leans over to who I'm presuming is his wife, and was just like, the fuck was that? Like, he done called all them niggas up there. He's like, that's my mama name. Like, what is... And she was like, I know. He done had too much to drink. Uncle Sam is one of those ones, okay? And so, I can understand Uncle Sam being upset, but, Uncle Sam was really, really mad. I said, okay, so there's certain people that's just really, you can't play nothing about their parents. I mean, I get it. But that damn Uncle Sam was real mad. This nigga up here talking about owning shit. This my mama. I was just like, Uncle Sam fixing to make a scene. So now Uncle Sam was like, I'm ready to go. Okay. So, Martell was just like, where are you going? What's going on? And, Uncle Sam was like, go on and handle your business. Go do what you do. I'm out, And so Martell was just like, what's going on? So he follows Uncle Sam outside. So Uncle Sam was like, that's all you got? That's my mama's name you using. And Martell goes up to him and whispers in his ear, you are on national television. Don't do this. And Uncle Sam was like, nigga, what? You don't do this on national television. You can't be saying stuff like that. I said, Martell, they still telling us what you saying. I don't know why you whispering. The uncle is just like, I'm fixing to go. All right. And Martell is just trying to stop him like, don't you be in it. You know what you got. You don't know what you're doing. You don't know what you're doing. This is a national television. So Uncle is getting more and more upset. And the cameraman is trying to follow. Martell was just like, don't come over here with that fucking camera. Okay. So Uncle goes down to the car. He fixing to go, and Martell follows him, and the shit gets increasingly more heated. The cameraman don't walk down there with the bright ass light, but he definitely still got they mics hot, and he still is watching from afar. Okay. And we see some commotion down there. That Martell was like, nigga, do you know who I am? You know, and he was just like, you know, you ain't using my mama's name, okay, for some old bullshit like this. Okay, so it didn't went there with Uncle Sam and Martell. I was like, well, that didn't go well, now did it? You know, inside the fellas are all talking, and Chris Fletcher tells them how the uncle was mad because he felt like Martell didn't mention nothing about, you know, the granny. And they was like, yeah, he didn't, you know, but Maurice was like, but he's doing the best he can. Okay, he just didn't have a prepared speech. Well, maybe he should have had a prepared speech. He could have said a little bit more instead of talking about owning shit and bossing up and stuff. You know, what about Paul Granny? But he was nervous. I mean, you know, I could see how everybody is in this predicament, both Martell and the uncle. You know, Lewis was just like, well, he's upset about it, but I mean, he did put the granny's name on it. I mean, that gotta account for something, don't it? Well, not in Uncle Sam's eyes. He gonna fuck Martell up. And I was like, Martell, don't let that tight ass suit, you'll be them bust them seams out trying to fuck with that big ass Uncle Sam. Uncle Sam looked like he can handle some business, okay? So I was just like, let's not get the fisticuffing around. So, needless to say, the Uncle Sam situation and Martell, it didn't end well. I guess the rest of the night went well, though. Next morning, we see the fellas. They're getting ready to go. Martell is all dressed. He's all dapper, you know. He looks really good in this suit. Maurice and Marceau, you know, they just got on their sweats. They're traveling back to Huntsville. Where's Lewis? And Martell was just like, well, he got a call early this morning. He had to get out of here. He had an emergency. I was like, what done happened? Okay, so Big Lewis gone, but Maurice and Marceau and Martell, they fixing to check out of the $10 million mansion and get on back to Huntsville. Why was Martell dressed up? Did they ever say why he was? I don't know. He looked nice. He does look nice in his clothes, you guys. But yeah, so that is a wrap on the Atlanta trip. Now, why did Lewis have to go home? Because, well, he got a call that there was a death in the family. Okay, now the timeline sucks in this because he had a death in his family. He gets a call supposedly, and he leaves Atlanta with the quickness because he felt like he needed to be home with his family. Okay, but then he gonna tell us that the funeral is tomorrow. Nigga, I know black people, we don't get funerals together in 2 days. Nigga, what is you talking about? So I was just like, see, Lewis and Tiffany, the whole thing is bullshit. And I just am so over them, you know. But I'm going to tell you guys, I tweeted on Twitter last night that I felt like this whole entire episode was staged. Like, I feel like everything, it was almost down to a script, because one thing that I hate about reality shows is when they try to lead the audience. Is that conversation that Lewis and Tiffany had was so long and drawn out. It was just like I could already tell the conversation for them, but we had to sit there and listen to. So this is how it went. Tiffany was like, so how was the trip? And he was just like, oh, you know, it was good. It was good. Oh, okay. What did you guys do? Oh, what did we do? We did a lot of things. Oh, look at you. Aren't you excited? I mean, you're just smirking and everything. Okay. So what did you do? Well, you know, it was long days and nights. You know, Martell was in charge of everything. And oh, okay. He was in charge of everything. What does that mean? Well, you know, he got the wine. You know, he got the wine, the Inez wine and everything. And we had to try to sell it, you know, to the people. Oh, to the people? What people was that? Oh, to the people, you know, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, ladies and gentlemen. There was ladies there? I thought this was a guy's trip. I'm just like, do we really have to sit here with this? Well, you know, I mean, it's gonna be ladies around, you know, and oh, so you guys had ladies all around you? I mean, and how was that? Like, what did you do? He was like, we know how to conduct ourselves. Just because we married, you mean we can't be around singing with? Oh, okay. So then, what did you have to do then? Oh, we had to sell it to him. It was sort of like a commercial. Oh, and then what was your commercial? My memory escapes me right now. But you know, I was just like, oh, I can't. Why did we have to sit here with this? It was so long and drawn out. They even had a commercial in between all of that. I was just like, I'm over it. If I didn't have to do a review, I would have fast forwarded through that. But anyway, it continues. So then what did you do? Well, you know, we went to a strip club and that was nice. And then we got up in the morning and we had a nice breakfast, and then we went to the rage room. Oh, where you got out there? You got out your frustrations. What were you getting your frustrations out about? Well, you know, just had some frustrations about, you know, sex. Oh, it was that bad? It was that bad that you had to have a rage room situation about it? Bitch, you've been telling everybody that will fucking listen about your problems with Lewis and y'all in the bedroom, but this nigga can't go up there and smash a couple of TVs and microwaves? Okay. Oh, well, if I knew it was that bad, you know, all it was you need to have a conversation, you know, if, you know, people have priorities, if there's things that they need to do, you know, they prioritize. So then she starts chastising him about the rage room. All you have to do is communicate. And yeah, it was a way too long conversation. And I don't care if they are doing this for the show or not. I don't see Lewis and Tiffany lasting 5 years, nigga. I'm almost ready to put 20 on it, okay? Y'all hit me up if you want to take me up on that bet. And it continues on with Letitia and Kimmy. Like, those scenes really got on my nerves because it was just sort of like, you women are sitting here and making it seem like you were so insecure about your men going out of town. It's just like, why do you have to like grill the man when they get home? Really? Especially Letitia and Marcel, because she's been married to Marcel for years and years and years. Okay, at this point, if you still got to be worried about what the nigga doing, what I don't think people understand is if somebody wants to cheat, they gonna cheat. Okay, we ain't got to go out of town to do it. There's a way that they can do it, then they will. Okay, so you worrying about him going to a fucking strip club some damn where when a nigga could just cheat with somebody that he met at the grocery store and they can hook that shit up the best way that they can. It's just like, why are you going through this? Child, why are you going through this? And it was just for the TV. And like I said, it felt so scripted. First, we got to start with Kimmy. So Kimmy is with Maurice, okay? And she was just like, so, I mean, are you going to tell me, like, you know, what happened? Or do I have to find out from social media? He's like, oh, no, you know, I'm going to tell you everything. Tells him how he was introduced to Melnika, okay? And Melnika was male number one. He said that the other male is male number 2.0, okay? But this is the OG Melnika. And she was just like, what? Who says that? Okay, so what else happened? Okay, well, he tells her about the focus group, how they tasted the wine and how they went to the strip club. And the strip club has the best wings. You know, she's, you went all the way to Atlanta to have wings at the strip club. Girl, you don't know what you're missing at these strip clubs, bitch. They got a special little in them damn wings. That should be good. Oh, child, the best. Some of the best wings I done had in Atlanta. So at the strip club, did your skin touch somebody else's skin? It's a fucking strip club. Do you not expect these men to, you know, if they giving their hard-earned money, they might get a little feel on the thigh. I mean, you know, ain't nobody, you know, you can't do too much at the strip club. They'll come and correct you real quickly. But, I mean, the girls, they come up on you and they dance on you and shit, so I was just like, I really hope that, I mean, this is so stupid because Kimmy Kimmy gives me the impression that she's not that worried about Maurice, but then you got to sit there and grill him. That was all for TV. It was for TV. And it just wasn't going over well for me. Okay, then he tells her that they went to the rage room and how, you know, they was getting their rages out. Lewis was raging about, you know, their sex life. And Kimmy was like, oh, yeah, you know, I went out with Tiffany and Tiffany told me, too, you know, that they was having problems and, you know, they just need to communicate more and you know, maybe she needs to make more time for him. And Maurice was like, well, you know, married couples, they just don't have sex as much, you know, period. Okay, girlfriend sex is totally different than married sex. And she was like, yeah, because, the girlfriends are being wooed and there's a certain kind of excitement, when the man is really putting forth the effort. There's nothing exciting about waiting for an hour for you to come out of the bathroom so we can do it. Like, nigga, I'm fixing to go to sleep. Okay, while you in there pripping and prompting, what the fuck you doing in there for a fucking hour? First they gotta shit, and then they gotta get in the shower and wash the shit off, and then they gotta, they listening to their damn TV on the phone, and child, it's a whole production, right? And we have a similar conversation with Letitia and Marcel. She asked him how it was. He tells her it was nice. They met Melnika, and she says, yeah, she knows Melnika because Melnika and her did a leadership thing together. He tells her about the wine tasting, and it was all women. Oh, it was only women there? Yeah, it was just women and us. I was just like, well, Letitia, if you count the fucking camera crew and the makeup people and the producers that was in the room and the key grips and the sound people and the folks that's running back and forth and getting shit from the other room that's needed. Yeah, it was just them and all those people. Like I said, they ain't gonna do nothing with all them damn men and people in the fucking room. Then he tells her that they went to a strip club and, oh, well, no, what happened at the strip club? He's like, I mean, we at the strip club, you in Atlanta, you got to go to the strip club. That's what Atlanta is known for. Didn't I tell you guys that last week? I mean, everybody knows that. Okay. And so what did you do? I mean, I did what I do. I do what I do. What it was I do what I do. I was just like, can't take it. Then they talk about the rage room. They went to the rage room and he was just like, I'm gonna tell you what, Lewis, I wouldn't be in a sexless marriage. When people say, that men step out on their marriage and was just like, he gave all that up just for a piece of ass over here, the answer is yes. Next question. Okay. And of course, Letitia doesn't like that, even though that's very much true. I mean, a lot of times men will fuck around just because they can, but it's also times when they not getting it at home. They're not getting it at home. Of course, Letitia was like, not funny, wrong time, basically. But he was like, yeah, so they get him a girlfriend that like to do it, basically. And she was just like, yeah, no, the thing is, men will go and they'll hook up with some woman that, lets them be free. They don't have any responsibilities. You got a wife and the wife got kids and the wife got to take care of the household and take care of the bills. And, you have to have your time with your wife. It's stressful. It's a family situation. It's totally different dynamic than when you got a girlfriend. They ain't got no kids. Y'all ain't got no bills together. Y'all got shit together. Okay, you can just go and live your best life with this girlfriend. Reality is the shit at the house. Okay, so yeah, of course it's easier when you with the girlfriend. Hell, you get home from the bar, at night, and the wife is fucking tired. We've been up with these kids. We've been doing homework. We've been washing clothes. Y'all been sitting back tossing back beers at the fucking bar. Okay, so you get home, you all ready to go, and nigga, I'm just glad that it's time for me to go to sleep. He was just like, well, that's the whole thing. Like, he appreciates what Letitia does, and she wants to have her own life and do her own things. But that was kind of the reason why he didn't want her to be working anyway, because, now you got one more thing added to your plate that makes you so fucking tired that you don't want to take care of your husband when he gets home. I was like, that's not really what we saying, though. It's just like everybody should be able to work and everybody should be equal in the taking care of this home. I know that 85% of the time that is not the case. I know for a fact that women are the ones who make that household go. Okay. And men definitely, for the most part, don't do as much as a damn woman. I'm telling you, I could get home from work and do 15 things. Okay. When I used to work out of the, in the office, I would get home and do all this other shit at night. And you know what Mr. did come home from work, get in the shower, put his lounge clothes on and sit on the couch and watch TV. Okay. Till it's time to go to bed. All right. I get home from work, I take off my clothes, I go walk the dog, I come back in, I put a load of clothes on, I might help the kids with their homework, I'm cooking dinner, because back then I cooked dinner. Okay, I'm cooking dinner for the kids, feeding the kids, giving the kids a bath, putting them in the bed, then I go to bed. Okay, nigga, you wanna fuck? No, well, it's time to go to sleep, So, I mean, that is the reality of when you have young kids and you married and all of this, like now it's different. But when the kids was young and all that, yes, the wives do all the fucking work. All of the work. Go argue with your mama. because I don't even want to hear nothing else about it. That's what the women do for the most part. For the most part, 85%, like I said. So Letitia was like, that's what you needed to be talking to the guys, about the fact that the women be doing a whole lot of work. And he's like, I would never use that analogy with the men. I guess not. So anyway, Marcel's whole point is that women just have to make the time for their man the same way that the man, everybody has to scratch each other's back, basically. You take care of me, I'm gonna take care of you. So that was the nauseatingly long conversations that we had to hear about this Atlanta trip. I was like, we had to go through that 3 times, y'all. It was too much. On top of that, we had to see Martell go over to his mama house, and discuss the night in Atlanta as well. Okay, so Martell and his mom, they sitting back outside on her deck, and he was just like, Mama, I sure missed you at the wine tasting. She was just like, yeah, I heard about it and everything. So, tell me, why was my brother so upset? Like, what was wrong with Sam? Martell was just like, it's always something wrong with Sam. He always mad. Okay. But Martell said, I don't even really know what the issue was. I mean, he's there at this function. It says Inez wine. You're drinking the wine that's named after your mother. Like, he thought that this was going to be a cool thing. And, the mama was just like, well, Sam, we as Inez's children, when he got there, I think it was just overwhelming. He saw her name on everything. And, he just real protective of his mama, like all his kids. I was just like, so did he not know that the wine was named after the mother? Okay. Did he get shocked when he got there? I still am not really clear, but I just got the impression that the uncle was just like, here go Martell using, my mama's name for his mess, okay, and don't want it attached. And she was just like, and I would have been a little, upset too. And he was like, well, Mama, I get it. I do get it to an extent, because, when you come to something, there's a time and a place for everything. And you need to learn how to practice self-control and when to speak. I said, even though all last season Martell had absolutely no self-control and was arguing and fussing with Melody as much as he can, okay? But I guess this is a new season. So Martell says that he told him, even, that he was sorry. Like, I didn't, I wasn't really prepared. I didn't really know, I didn't know it was going to be so much riding on this. But this was just one wine tasting. He's having another one in Huntsville, and it's going to be for the family and the friends, close friends. And that's when they'll be able to sit down and talk about, the Inez wine and Inez, their grandmother, and, his grandmother, and what she meant to the family and all of that. Okay. We didn't hear that part, but I guess that's what he told the uncle. And she was just like, have you talked to him since? And he said, oh, Mama, I done called him about 100 times. He will not answer the phone. Okay, that uncle is through with Martell. I'm just not a public speaker, and I do get nervous and things of that nature, and so I just he was just trying to talk. I was like, poor Martell, just talk regular. You ain't gotta try to sound like you're saying something smart or anything. So anyway. But, Mama is so proud of Martell, and she just loves the fact that the grandmother's name is on there. She was just like, and she loved you. She loved you. Remember that time she promised she was going to be at your game and she was there? And he was just like, oh, yes, that was the highlight of my football career. Okay. Grandmother Inez showed up at the football game, and it was freezing cold, but she was determined to see her boy out there on the field. And, she was right down there by the goal post, and she was like, Mama, I had to get Mama. I said, Mama, now it's too cold out here. We got to go. Okay. And she finally did get up and go, but she wanted to make sure that you knew I was there. Them things do mean a lot. Certain things do impress on your mind and just stay there. He was just like, yeah, and I feel like everything, we did get things from her, it's passed down, it was the love, baby. It was the love. Yeah, she was the love. Like, she used to like to hug, and that's passed down to the kids because they love to hug people. Okay. Yes, and it was love flowing through you. Okay. You got a lot of love to spread. I said, Mama. Child, the jokes write themselves. Okay, I'm telling you, I know. And then after she had said it, I think she realized what she said, because she was just like, and people make mistakes and everything, but you know what, we gonna move on. We gonna move it, because she probably was just like, yeah, he got a lot of love to spread, and he did spread it all over Huntsville. So Martell and his mama, they come to terms on the night. Martell's mama is never going really to reprimand him. I think we've only seen her do that once or twice on the show, and that was probably the first season. And after that, she was just like, no more. Y'all ain't gonna get her to say nothing bad about her baby at all. Now let's jump over to Kimmy going to go see Dr. Frantic. We ain't seen Dr. Frantic. You know, he was all, hey, I'm so happy to see you. I'm so glad that you're here. He's got that old frantic ass crazy look on his face, okay? And Letitia's just like, yeah, last time I came, you gave me some homework. Yes, I did. So what did you do? What was your homework? Well, you asked me, who is Letitia? After I had to go through the list, like, I'm a wife, I'm a daughter, I'm a mother, I went through all of that. Then I really had to say, like, what was it that Letitia is? And that's when we get to the nitty gritty here. She said she had to look in the mirror. She had some moments. She had to cry, and she had snot and everything. She just really had to come to terms with a lot of ways that she is. She said before she was a stay-at-home mom, and that was kind of really her only identity, but she had to come to terms with the fact that she wants more out of her life. Dr. Frantic over there writing on the board. Okay, write this on down. She said that she had a conversation with Marcel, and even Marcel was just like, baby, what do you want out of life? And he's like, oh, really? That's really what he said? Okay, that's good. And she was just like, yeah, because last time we was here, he had like going through the depression thing, and, because he went to Africa by himself. Okay, that music says, I was like, uh-oh, that's, Dr. Frantic was just like, he went to Africa by himself. Well, now, why he ain't took you? Because he just said he just wanted to like clear his mind, he was going through, he was just like, babe, I really got it. Like, I wasn't really with it at first, but then when we had a conversation and he said, babe, he wanted to go, and the doctor was just like, oh, okay. I said, oh, girl, you done messed up. Okay. She was like, and he told me like last minute, and I was like, babe, now you can't tell me these things last minute. And the doctor was just like, so do you think that he told you last minute because, basically he knew your ass was not going to be able to round up all them kids and tie up all the loose ends around there and jump on a plane to fucking Africa for a week, in 3 days. Okay, we don't know if passports is updated or anything, if you even have passports for them kids or what. Okay, so he was just like, basically he told you last minute, so you could not even have a chance to go with him to Africa. It was either he was going or he wasn't going, because there's no way that you can round up the family. Now he don't have to deal with the responsibilities because he always knows you gonna do it. Okay, and she's like, I know, I thought about that, and I've been trying to get him out of it, but time will tell. Did you say time will tell? Time will tell. Girl, you gonna be in trouble for real after this. That Dr. Frantic was so upset with her. You gotta confront this. You gotta talk to him about this, I hate confrontation. Don't worry about it. If you want to get this shit resolved, have this confrontation. You need to have it. He said, you know what? Me and my wife, we've been thinking about having a couples retreat, and I would like to invite you and my soul and y'all friends. I want to invite y'all to the couples retreat. I don't know if, I would like to. I got to see, if Marceau is going to be willing to go. But I'm going to talk him into going. Okay, so that's cool. That'll be coming up soon. That's going to be real interesting. And I'm sure the focus is going to be on that damn Louis and Tiffany. So that probably will get on our nerves too. Then lastly, another super long conversation that was so unnecessary. That, again, this is really just staged and all. But Kimmy and Mel meet, okay? They meet for dinner. And, when Mel gets there, Mel sees her. Hey, girl. Oh, my God. You look so cute. I love the red. Hey, that is it. That's you. That red is it, girl. That red is it. Okay, it did look nice on her. So anyway, Kimmy was like, how you been? You know, Mel,
I am wonderful. Everything's been great. You know, I am blessed and highly favored.
life is going well for Mel. Mel does look settled. She does look happy, so good for her. And actually, Martell does too, so I think everybody has turned the corner. But Mel was just like,
So what's been going on? How is Maurice?
I don't know why Kimmy felt that Mel needed to know all of this information about the Atlanta trip. First of all, they're not married anymore. You already know that it's a sore spot. Why are you talking about Martell and the situation, Maurice? Just like why? If she would have said, how is Maurice? I'd have been like, he fine, girl. He doing good. We just got back from Miami. We just went on a trip. Like, you had to tell her about this Atlanta trip. You know, and of course it makes you look silly because it looks like, you know, she's all just like, well, you know, Martell had a trip to Atlanta for a wine tasting. Did you know he was coming out with a wine? She was like, yeah, I did hear something about it, but I don't know nothing about it. Okay, well, let me tell you, girl, she got this wine tasting and the uncle was there, and evidently the uncle had some issues, and Mel was just like,
oh, really? I wonder which one.
And, you know, Kimmy was like, I don't know, but he had a problem with the whole, you know, using the granny's name on the wine, and she was just like,
that must be an Uncle Sam, you know, but he's usually pretty mild-mannered, so.
You know, Mel don't know why Uncle Sam got set off like that. And Kimmy says, yeah, well, Uncle Sam, if that was him, he was real mad about the night, okay? And then Mel was just like,
oh, okay, so who was the event planner?
Kimmy says, well, somebody named Mel Nika.
You said what now?
Mel Nika is her name. Okay.
You know what? I know who that is because she was my wedding planner and then she quit like 1 or 2 weeks before my wedding.
And Kimmy was like, really?
Mm-hmm. And I was able to get my money back, but she was on the phone. We was on a 3-way, me, her, and Martell. And she was talking to Martell and fussing at him, said she quitting because he be cheating and he was trying to talk to her assistant.
And, you know, Kimmy is listening to all that and she was just like,
She was like, you know, 22-year-old Mel didn't believe that, but you know, today 36-year-old Mel probably does.
You know, the whole conversation, I was just like, yeah, Kimmy, so why are you telling her this? Because then Mel turns around and says, so do you ever worry about the fact that your husband is with Martell, you know, and that basically he would be a bad influence on him when they go out? And Kimmy was just like, if I felt like that, if I didn't trust my husband, then we wouldn't have much of a marriage. Again, we got friends out there that's hoeing. We got friends out there that's doing whatever they doing. That does not mean that everybody is going to be following up on the lead of what they doing. Just because they over there fucking around and fucking up their marriage, that don't mean that everybody is doing that. And I'm sure that all these women know this. So that's why it's, you know, I was so tired of this because now I feel like they playing in our faces. They want us to think that these men are cheating and all of that, because that is really the basis of this show. Is just all of the husbands are supposedly cheaters. Everybody is sex deprived. The women ain't fucking them the way they want to. They got to go and do this. Like, it's just, child, that's what Huntsville has become. All right, you guys, that is it. Gotta still do Love and Marriage DC. Make sure that you rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I'm itsrox. The channel is itsrox. Everything else I do will be in the bottom bar. All right. So I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day, and I plan on doing the same. Until next time, rock stars. Bye.